Welcome to part 2 of our cloud chat with the UK CMA blocking the Microsoft deal. This time we go into the details of the Microsoft Cloud Remedy, aka the 10-year deal, and what this means for other platforms.
So, not everybody has been offered the Microsoft Cloud Remedy.
No.
So I was really interested in what would have happened to these cloud organizations that didn't get in on Microsoft's Cloud Remedy deal and how that would have adversely affect their industry. Because remember, it's not just about protecting the consumer. You're also protecting potential investors who want to join in by, if you massively increase the cost of getting into an industry, that's the same way, or it has the same effect as killing competition. Because if it's hard to get in and become a provider, then it becomes, so much safer for you to do messed up stuff and to harass your consumers or to take advantage of them, because no one's just gonna march in and front that money to come challenge you. And this is another thing where these organizations that got the remedy, that are gonna get Microsoft's games, if they don't give it to every new pop-up organization, all those new places are at a disadvantage.
Absolutely.
And the current ones that get in, they're at a huge disadvantage too.
Yes. Now, I was hoping that this document showed exactly who got or who was even offered the Microsoft Cloud Remedy. I don't think this listed everyone that did. To your point, anyone who wants it can have it.
It should be open.
It should be
with an
open.
expiration date. But really, what they would demand, and Microsoft would probably never agree to this, the CMA would probably demand that it's open without an expiration date.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And there's no way a company's going to agree to that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they want Activision Blizzard that bad. But then you got to ask, why do they want Activision Blizzard this bad? What do they get out of owning them that they don't get from the status quo? That they're already getting all their services. They're already getting all their products. There is a reason they want to own them. And it's not just because, I don't think it's out of the goodness of their hearts and recognizing that Bobby Kotick ran a fucking awful organization and they want to increase the quality of these services. I don't think that's the case.
No. They just want to look like they're friendly. That's all.
That's it. But in the future, owning Activision Blizzard gives them one more tooth in their big dog jaw.
Yeah.
A big set of teeth, actually, because Activision Blizzard
It's a
controls
third row. That's shark teeth right there.
And I think from what we've talked about, I think we're kind of getting to the point where one of the main reasons why they would want to own Activision is, like we had mentioned earlier, is because the type and popularity of games you have on your platform are almost integral to your success as a platform. So them owning something like Activision,
you are 100% correct.
Yeah, so for them to own Activision, now they have complete control over pretty much if a platform will succeed or not, if they're able to get access to it.
It's not that it'll stop people, but it just makes it harder.
Well, yeah, so it's not like an end all be all, but
but you're right. It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Absolutely hurts.
Especially like even if we look at a platform like Stadia, one of the biggest issues of them was the type of games they had. So if you are not offering games on your platform that are super popular, which are going to get people to stay, then people aren't going to use your platform. So them owning something like Activision, and let's say it comes to problems later if a new platform can get access to that game or not, then it really does put them at a disadvantage at the success of their platform.
Yeah. This would have benefited Stadia a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how they would integrate the games into development, but because that's a whole nother conversation we need to have. Yeah. But yeah.
So if Stadia, since we're on the topic of Stadia, if Stadia was still here, would Google's market share of cloud computing, of the Android operating system, and the functionality of Stadia, would that have helped this go through? Do you think the CMA would have approved it if Stadia was still around?
That's a good question. I don't think.
Know.
Yeah, we really don't know, and I think they needed to offer. It goes back to what we were just talking about. They need to have the remedy open for everyone to just say, "Hey, I want your games," because we don't know if they were gonna ask
You know my
Stadia.
opinion. I don't think that they should have the right to stop you from playing the games in the first damn place.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
still waiting
totally.
for that Boothroyd lawsuit.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. But I think Microsoft strategically picked the ones for the remedy that they wanted to, and I
agree.
think the UK picked up on this like almost instantly. And I think Amazon Luna is next, especially if Amazon Luna goes to the own it play it route. It seems like they are with the integration with Ubisoft and as we're thinking, Epic Games.
I think you're right. I think Amazon too. They know. I think Luna. They know Luna needs to evolve or die.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong.
Yep.
Because we know what wins. Like PC rental services can sustain themselves, but the pricing isn't on par with the pick up and play systems and the successful pick up and play systems. It's not Luna. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, totally. I mean, they're on the path of why Stadia died. Because of Stadia dying, they switched to, at least with Ubisoft, hey, if you own the game, you can play the game. And with Luna having the leak of Fortnite, I think if that is true, we're going to be seeing a whole different Luna, very, very similar to either Boosteroid or GeForce Now.
they need to do it because they're only losing more market because Boosteroid keeps growing. GeForce Now seems
Yes.
to keep growing. Microsoft's deals with GeForce Now and Boosteroid, I don't think are going anywhere. I could be wrong. Maybe they're going to pull some crap, but no, why would they pull them off? All this means is that Activision Blizzard won't be added to that pool.
It is from what I heard, it is official that GeForce Now, or I should say, Microsoft is still launching games with GeForce Now and Boosteroid. It's just not Activision or Blizzard titles.
And honestly, it still helps Microsoft. It still gets their store out there. It still helps everybody involved. There's
Nothing
no one who gets
changes.
hurt by that.
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing changes as regards to
Nothing
that.
changes. Furthermore, let's say they still want to push this through and they're going to try to make additional changes that will convince the CMA to approve this merger. They have to hold the course. They can't go back and they can't prove that, damn, we really were only doing it for Blizzard and Activision. Oh, you caught us. Like, no, they have to stay the course if they have ever any hope of reversing this decision or moving on in the future.
Yeah. I wonder if there's
man.
any more details on this cloud game, Microsoft Cloud remedy, like official documents. I wonder if there's like an actual contract or something. I'm sure
Well,
there
we
is
can
an
try
actual
to-
contract, but I wonder if it's out there.
I don't think anyone's shared that yet because remember we get more information than most people and we still only get we don't get as much as we
Yeah.
want.
We still get some scraps here and there.
Because I think a lot of this with the CMA is about regulation. They know how big cloud gaming is getting, and as we talked about earlier, with the concerns over, with their control over the largest entertainment sector in the UK, which is gaming, they want to get ahead of a company like Microsoft possibly getting too much control over something like this. Because
Absolutely.
as you know, we see the projections of how much revenue this is going to cloud gaming is going to bring in. I believe even one they talked about how in 2021 $1 billion in gaming, and then it was like $1.1 billion in music, and that was 2 years ago. And so it's that close, and so we know that it's going to exceed. So with that, they want to make sure that everything is good on their end before a company like Microsoft may get bigger than they necessarily want it to be in their market.
If you look through our article, we've got point after point after point. Nothing is set in stone. Like, yes, they throw some numbers here and there, but a lot of their things are speculative, just like you said. They're talking about the possible future. They believe they don't say yes, cloud gaming is going to eclipse consoles. Cloud gaming is going to be the biggest industry, et cetera, et cetera. They don't say that. They say it's on point.
Yeah.
That it might be, that it could happen. And their concerns about Microsoft controlling a rising industry that they're so worried about this that they're willing to block a $70 billion acquisition, right? Over the potential complications, not the guaranteed, not the maybes, the potential complications of the future of this industry. They think that this industry will be so big and so important to the economy that the maybe of Microsoft damaging it in the future by being too big is too dangerous to keep this going.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest takeaway.
Same.
The CMA is just, yeah, they're nothing's confirmed, but they're like, the maybe is too dangerous, and we're not going to allow it.
They got to be prepared just in case.
The bottom line to them is those potential, what did they call them? The potential SLCs, the substantial lessening of competitions, they outweigh the potential benefits for consumers. It's just, no matter, that's the bottom line. And it's all on speculation. So, and their belief that cloud gaming is very much possibly the future.
Yeah. It's just surprising.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to come down to this.
It's something else, man. It was a fun read. I usually don't enjoy reading the decisions of governing bodies, but this one was kind of juicy.
Yeah. That it was.
Especially the minor shade they were throwing at Sony was cracking me up, man. Like, this ain't about you. Shut up. It's about cloud gaming.
Yeah.
Microsoft is too big to get bigger, is what they're saying, and cloud gaming is gonna get bigger, and Microsoft can't control that too.
Yep. That's what it comes down to.
Well, I think that wraps us up. I think if you guys want to hear more of us discussing this, because there's a lot more we could dig into, let us know in the comments, and we will get back into more of this stuff.
Yep. Well, that ends this Cloud Chat. Let us know your thoughts and if we should talk about anything else so we can cover it on our next Cloud Chat. So make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.